Okay, so we are back to finding molecular formula. In the last video, we looked at how to find the molecular formula if we already knew the empirical formula, okay? But in this case, we do not know our empirical yet. So we've got to find our empirical just as we did before and then add on that step to find the molecular. So this is going to combine actually the last two videos that you watched. Now this here is 82.75%. It left off the percent sign carbon, 17.3% hydrogen. And we talked about two things, guys, that you could either change this to a percent to a decimal, okay, or you could just drop off the percent sign. For these problems, it's not going to matter. I'm going to go ahead and do it as I had mentioned earlier, which is just changing it to a percent. So 0.8275 grams of carbon, and then 0.173 grams of hydrogen. So of course, we're going to go ahead and follow our same steps that we did before. So we're going to do our gram to mole conversions. And by now you should have done quite a few of these. Okay, and so again, be sure you do show your unit cancellations and the calculated value. Okay, so I went ahead and divided everything out. So hopefully check your numbers and see if your numbers match with mine. Again, the next step is to divide by the smallest, which in this case 0.689, because this is 0.1. So I am going to divide both of these by the 0.0689. So carbon would be 0.0689 divided by 0.0689. And you really do need to get in the habit, I sometimes forget, but put that decimal out in front. It just helps to see that decimal value. And of course, we know this is going to give us 1. So for hydrogen, it would be 0.172 divided by 0.0689. So let's see what that is. And it is 2.5. So again, what is the rule when we have a 0.5? So we're going to multiply both by 2. This makes 2 and 5. So my empirical formula here becomes C2H5. Okay, now I need to do my molecular formula. It has a mass of 58. Okay, so again, empirical formula C2H5. And so we need to go back in now and find the mass of C2H5. Okay, so again, over to the side or somewhere. In this case, I would think you could really easily use the above. So 2 carbons, 5 hydrogens, and calculate that out. Okay, so I calculated it out. I got that it was 29.06 for the mass of my empirical formula. So again, your next step is to see how many times will that mass go into your molecular mass. Well, hopefully you can kind of see that already. About 58 divided by 29 is going to give me 2. So again, that would make my molecular formula be C4H10. Okay, so again, I am combining the two problems. So I am doing an empirical formula just as I had earlier. The new step then is to find the mass of my empirical and divide it into the mass of my molecular to find out what I need to multiply by to get the new subscripts. Okay, and so that is how you do page 62.